Okay.
6'7".
6'7".
6'7".
Jack Ringenberg Media.
Welcome back, guys, to another great day to talk about sports.
That's my line. Anyways, hey everyone, welcome back to Balls of Sports Show. I'm your host, John Reach, and finally we have our other host, Kaleb Antonacci.
Let's talk sports, guys.
All right. So we're just going to go ahead and get into it. But first, I do want to point out the elephant in the room. Obviously, we didn't have an episode last week. Sorry, guys. Ball State University had their homecoming, and that was a very, very busy time for us. So we just couldn't find the time to film a wonderful episode of Balls for you guys. We won, by the way. We'll get to that later. Obviously, I said we got Kaleb Antonacci today, but let's be honest, who is this man?
So, guys, if you guys didn't know me already, my name's Kaleb. I don't know if that's quite obvious. I am a senior at Ball State University studying history and minoring in classics and anthropology. So my side is a little bit more on the academic side, but I do dabble in sports. I'm a big IU fan. Go Hoosiers! And I love soccer. It's just one of the best sports ever created. Can't even lie. But I do dabble in some football too. So,
what is your favorite teams?
Like I just said, Indiana Hoosiers. One of the best teams in college football right now. Number 2 in AP 25. IU soccer is also doing really great as well. We will be talking about that more in depth later in this episode. I'm a big FC Barcelona guy as well. I am also a big Pacers guy, big Colts guy. I'm around the guy. I'm Mr. Worldwide, Mr. 305.
What do you know about that Indiana Fever?
Don't even get me started on the Indiana Fever. With Caitlin Clark, man, that might win a championship someday.
I think next year, because we'll get into this in just a second. Actually, let's get into this now. We're moving on to our first segment. She got play. So, the Aces won the championship, the WNBA title. As I predicted last episode, the Mercury didn't win a single game. So the Aces went undefeated 4-0 within the championship. Now we're in the postseason. They are prepping for the draft. There's 2 expansion drafts for the Toronto something and the Portland Fire. There's the expansion draft for those. So they're prepping for those, and then they have the 2026 WNBA draft. I'm a little worried for this offseason because Kelsey Mitchell, a big player for the Indiana Fever, is rumored to potentially be leaving the Fever.
Really? Why potentially? What happened?
So last year, she almost left, and then they signed her on a contract and for just another year. And so she is a free agent, and I do think she will use her free agency and go to somewhere where she can win. However, she led the Fever so far. Like, I'm very proud of her. The Fever did very well for having 6 players be injured for the finals and made it all the way to the second round. Like, that was fire.
It's fire.
Also, it is the Toronto tempo. I remembered that. But that's really all I got for the WNBA because they are, unfortunately, now over. I will be rooting for those girls in the Unrivaled League, which starts in January. Our next segment, Gridiron Gossip.
So, on Thursday night's generic draft bowl resulted in Joe Flacco and the Bengals.
Okay.
What? You pointed at me.
No. You read it. Thursday night's geriatric bowl.
Oh, fuck.
It's an old. It's a joke on the old people. Yeah, you got it.
Gotcha. Thursday's night geriatric bowl resulted in Joe Flacco's and the Bengals coming out on top of the Steelers 33-31, which really surprised me because the Bengals kind of suck ass sometimes.
Yeah, I know someone who lives in Cincinnati who could be in this room with us right now, and I think the Bengals suck.
When was the last time they won a championship?
Yeah, right.
Or a conference?
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
When's the last time they won, other than this past weekend?
What even happens in Cincinnati? Tell me one good sports team. And then there's I know there's the college, University of Cincinnati Bear. Tell me one good thing about the Bearcats.
Clock it. All right. The Rams laid a can of whoop-ass on the Jacksonville Jaguars in London, winning the game 35-7.
Now tell me, John, isn't there going to be expansions into Europe for NFL?
I don't know, actually.
You don't know?
Thing? Is that a real thing?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
What?
How do you not know this?
NFL.
There are potential expansions there.
Expansion. I know they keep doing the games there.
Hold on, we're looking this up. No. Just go to all. Just go to all.
Oh. 6-7.
Why?
6-7.
Yeah, considering teams in Europe, a discussion about adding 4 division teams in Europe. Yeah, there we go.
Oh.
But my concern is, how are they gonna do that?
Yeah, that would be, one, a lot of money within flight to travel overseas, unless those 4 teams play each other and don't really
in their own division or somewhat. I think American football is becoming real popular in Europe, but at the same time, if they do make a division, if they do that expansion, but have their players travel to America, I don't know how happy those players will be traveling from London to Seattle, Washington to face the Seahawks.
Hey.
And I don't want to sleep for the entire day just to play for the Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's just play against the Seahawks.
Or imagine playing against the Philadelphia Eagles.
The Eagles? Oh, even worse, the Cardinals.
Oh. Well, speaking of the Eagles had another close game this week against the Minnesota Vikings, 28-22. So, go Eagles.
So, if you didn't know about me, my family's from New York. I'm from New York. I'm from Hicksville, Long Island. Beautiful town, beautiful everything, but we did move to Indiana.
I didn't even know you were from New York. That's fun.
I literally told you this a few days ago. God. Anyways, as much as it disappoints me in being a New Yorker, the New York Giants still disappoint me by a lot. They blew a late game in the fourth quarter, allowing the Denver Broncos to score 33 points in one quarter. Now, let me just explain this. How do you let the Denver Broncos score against... How do you allow that?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, imagine losing to the Denver Broncos. Couldn't be me. And as you can tell, they won that game.
Yeah. Another game that happened with Colts. The Indianapolis Colts pulled off the win against the Los Angeles Chargers, winning 38-24, which that was a great game. I watched the ending of it. I'm just proud of the Colts. I mean, they're number one in my heart, and they're number one in everything.
It's crazy that the Colts are now still number one in the AFC.
And I'm pretty sure so nationally too, within the NFL, which is crazy because if you would have asked me last year if the Colts were going to be number one anytime soon, big hard no.
It's crazy enough to me that so much of Indiana sports are just popping off right now, I would say. With IU football becoming number 2 in the AP 25, with the Colts still being number 1 in the AFC conference.
Purdue basketball was ranked number 1.
Okay, don't get me started on Purdue basketball. Purdue always chokes on basketball, but still, they're still popping off. Notre Dame was in the championship last year, but did get beat by Ohio State, which made me happy. And with the Pacers going to the championship, but unfortunately did not get the win because Tyrese Halliburton did get injured, which was their star player, as you can tell. But let's move on to the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, I just want to point out that Indiana Jones, basically came from the New York Giants and saved the Indianapolis Colts. So
they had help from New Yorker, basically.
Okay. Go ahead and talk about those Cowboys.
How about them Cowboys? They upsetted the Washington Commanders 44-22. Now, was this a home game or is this an away game for the Cowboys?
That is a good question. If I had to think, I'm thinking really hard right now. AKA, Shout out to producer Bryson, who is our Google man. I just want to give a big shout out to all the producers. They do so much for us, and they don't even.
The producers work so hard so we can
have the show. And it was a home game.
Home game. That's really surprising because it's usually by the visiting team. But let's check out Baker Mayfield. What do you have to say about him?
Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers struggled to get the offense rolling against the Lions. While I have no idea how. Jahmyr Gibbs had a sensational night. This upcoming week, we do have a few key games to highlight.
Let me check. The Eagles look to get revenge after getting completely embarrassed by the New York Giants. Now, if I were you, I would also be completely embarrassed. I would be genuinely sad that I would get beat by the New York Giants. Like, honestly. Mm-hmm. Honestly. It's... I don't even know what to say at that point. I would just, like, kick off. I would just fire my head coach at that point. But... The game kicks off at 1 o'clock, and I think, what day is that game exactly?
Well, my guess is Sunday.
Sunday night football. Get ready, go to B-Dubs. They got some good wings, so...
It's not Sunday night. That would actually be Sunday lunch, because it's at 1 p.m.
Forgive me, I am stupid.
You're okay. The Tennessee Titans take on their division rivals, the Indianapolis Colts. The game kicks off at 4:25 p.m. Why 4:25? I don't know. Why not 4:30? Why not 4? That makes me upset.
You know, we got another game coming up. Packers versus Steelers on this Sunday.
Is that the Sunday Night Football game?
Yeah, Sunday Night Football, yeah. Very big game. The Packers, always good every single season.
Yeah. I mean...
Not a big Packers fan, so I don't know who's on their team.
I'm not going to say who I want to win, but... I don't really like the Steelers logo, and I don't really like the big cheese. But at the end of the day, I'm the big cheese. I'm going to push that button and say go Packers.
So let's transition from NFL to local news. You know what, John? What has happened at your high school? What's new with them?
Cascade High School has won the Monon Athletic Conference Championship, defeating the undefeated, well, they're defeated now, the undefeated Southmont. And leading Cascade into sectionals against Indianapolis Washington High School this Friday. If they win this game, my prediction is that we'll play Tri-West. Tri-West does have to play their game. I don't know who they're playing, but my guess is that we'll play against Tri-West. However, Cascade does have the home field advantage because the game it was supposed to be at Indianapolis. They said that they can't, so now it's being hosted at Cascade for the first round of sectionals. Kind of nervous. If Cascade keeps moving on to sectionals, I don't know. We won the first round last year, got knocked out at the second round. I think we could do further this year.
Possibly. I don't know about much Cascade because it's in the middle of nowhere. But let's go somewhere that everyone knows. Zionsville. That is my hometown. So also, if you did not know, Brad Stevens, the former coach of the Boston Celtics, is an alumni from my school. Go Eagles. Anyways, the Zionsville Eagles boys varsity soccer team faced the Carmel Greyhounds. As you may know, everyone hates Carmel and they want to beat them, but they also hate them because Carmel.
Producer Jack went to Carmel.
You went to Carmel?
I did.
Really? Carmel's very beautiful, I gotta say. I almost went to Carmel myself. It was between Zionsville and Carmel. My fourth grade little self said Zionsville to my mother. Anyways, yeah. So they faced them off in sectionals. Championship on October 11th and lost 2-0. As we may know, Carmel is very good at sports. So if you ever face them, good luck because you're going to get your ass fucking whooped. Anyways, the match was held at Noblesville High School. The Carmel's goals came from Troy Enslin in the first half and Gavin Fleming from a corner kick late in the game. Carmel's goalkeeper Gray Morgan recorded a shutout in the victory. Now, let's continue to football. As we know, Eagles are not very good at football sometimes. They did lose the Fishers 18-28 on October 17th. Zionsville offense managed to put points on the board, but the defense allowed too many big plays, ultimately leading to a loss, as if you couldn't tell.
Our next segment is Saturday Showdown. A lot has gone down these past 2 weeks in the college football world. Ball State, who was recovering from a terrible 42-0 loss this last weekend against Western Michigan, went against the 2-5 Akron this past weekend. Ball State ended up taking the lead early and never letting it up for a 42-28 victory, leaving them 3-4. Errors happen. Ball State actually started down, which... womp womp. We ever did take the lead eventually, and we ended up winning our homecoming game, and that is what is most important.
This is as you can tell, Ball State winning.
Shocker. My best friend goes to Western Michigan, and whenever I saw us losing by that much, I wasn't shocked.
If you ever had Ball State in your betting odds, just throw your money away. It's not possible at that point. But anyways, let's go to some real football teams. Michigan Wolverines are fake and shouldn't be ranked after a 31-13 loss to the University of Southern California, and already having a loss under their belt to Oklahoma. Are you kidding me? The Michigan Wolverines losing? Who would have thunk? On the other hand, Notre Dame was putting in work with a 36-7 win over NC State. Don't celebrate that. Don't celebrate that. It's NC State. Come on now.
Amen.
And a 34-24 win over USC. Now that's something you should be proud of. Imagine being a team that beat Michigan. I'm just saying.
On a lighter note, IU has been relentless in their schedule while taking on the undefeated Ducks.
Hoosiers!
The undefeated Ducks are my favorite.
Hoosiers!
And now they've been defeated because of the... You can say it now.
Hoosiers!
They whooped the Ducks 30-20. Holy cow, the Hoosiers might do it this year and bring us Ohio State.
It is honestly just makes me so excited seeing IU, one of my favorite colleges, just to win. Are you kidding me? For the past couple of years, not including last year, past couple of years of them just sucking, just getting their asses beat. And now seeing them actually try more and more, actually win, actually beat real teams.
Careful, there's cameras.
My fault. Sorry, I just get real excited when I talk about IU. Just seeing them beat these ranked teams like Ohio, like Michigan, Oregon, and soon to be Ohio State. Mark my words. $10 bet on that, by the way. IU. It makes me excited to see our great state of Indiana just absolute ball on these hoes.
That is not real. IU went on to beat Michigan State this weekend 38-13. Hoosiers are now ranked number 2 behind Ohio State. I can't wait for this playoff season. It's looking good for us so far.
Let's go! Hoosiers! Anyways, last but not least, we have another upset this week. We have number 19, Louisville.
So you totally skipped over a phenomenal game. Number 24, Arizona State.
I don't care about
number
Arizona
14,
State.
Texas Tech, with the 26-22 score and a very close...
Okay, listen. I don't wake up to watch an Arizona State game. I wake up to watch an IU football game of Coach Cignetti. Well, what is Arizona State even good at? What is Texas Tech? Wait, hold up. Texas Tech is actually really good at
No, I was going to say,
football.
are you reading?
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys.
Texas...
I'm very passionate.
The score was 22-19 Texas Tech with 2 minutes left, and Arizona State marched down the field and scored with 30 seconds left. So, unfortunately, Texas Tech did lose 6-7. We were just talking about how good they are. Womp, womp. Now, take it away with last but not least.
Last but not least, guys, we got the great city of Louisville. I actually went to Louisville this past couple weekends ago for a distillery. Go to Angels Emily if you haven't. It's great bourbon for anyone 21 and up. Anyways, they did beat number 9 Miami, Florida, by putting up 24 by the fourth quarter. That's quite impressive. Are you kidding me? Which I love Louisville about because now we're above Miami. Go Hoosiers. Anyways, Unfortunate for them that they could not. I really thought Miami, Florida was going to stay number 1, which is a complete lie if I was a Miami fan.
The only thing I like about Miami is their mascot that goes,
It's full of rich kids anyway. What do you expect?
clock it.
Anyways, do we have anything about the coaches?
Well, I did hear that Billy Napier was fired from Florida.
Oh, God, what happened?
I don't know. He was just fired. I mean, if a team's been losing for that much, which they have been, I understand why they should be fired. I have something really interesting that I saw. You know how there's the top 25?
Yeah.
There's the bottom 25, and guess who's not in it? Ball State. You know who was? Purdue.
Purdue always sucks. I don't know what you guys expect. But anyways, instead of Purdue, let's talk about the great University of Indiana.
I'm gonna explode.
Let's talk about the great University of Indiana. So, Kurt Signetti just signed a new contract deal on October 16th. The deal, here's what it is. It's an 8-year contract. It begins December 1st and concludes on November 2033.
How old is that man?
I have no clue.
He's gonna make it all 8 years.
I'm gonna have kids by that point. Anyways, the annual base for his Kurt Signetti is $500,000 with an annual outside marketing and promotional income each year as follows. By year 1, he's gonna have $9 million, and year 8, it goes to $10 million. That's insanity,
bro. Oh, that is crazy. Penn State also hired their head coach, James Franklin.
To be fair, they've been struggling a lot. One of their star players, I don't know which player it was. I don't keep track on Penn State, but they've been struggling a lot. So
someone's gonna tell me I was having a good hair day. I just got my peek at my reflection. Hello.
Okay, locking.
That should be about it, but there's some games to look forward to this week are the following.
Number 8, Ole Miss versus number 13, Oklahoma, noon on Saturday. We also got number 2, Indiana. Here's your... Oh. Let's restart.
They go against UCLA at noon on Saturday. This is really hit or miss, this is really hit or miss, but the way UCLA has been playing, it should be very entertaining.
Well, UCLA has been like you said, hit or miss, but I trust in Kurt Signetti, and IU will beat the living ever shit out of UCLA. Mark my words.
And if
$250 bet on FanDuel, by the way.
If we come back next week and the IU has lost,
don't worry about that. Anyways, we got number 10 Vanderbilt versus number 15 Missouri at 3:30 on Saturday this weekend.
And lastly, 23 Illinois plays Washington Saturday at 3:30. As well, Ball State does play again this weekend. Ball State plays at Northern Illinois at 3:30. That game is a rivalry game for the Golden Husk, I'm pretty sure, or the Bronze Husk. Bronze Stalk. Sorry, close enough. Hopefully Ball State can keep the stock. It looks like corn. Anyways, hopefully we can keep it because we won it the past 2 years. Now, just want to point this out. NIU is leaving the Mid-American Conference because they think they're better than the MAC.
Miss. Holy miss.
They're going to the Mountain West, which is not a great idea.
Who's even in that division?
Well, Jesse's love of his life, Boise State, is there.
Oh.
And some other teams that are so irrelevant that I can't even remember them. Sorry. NIU is also currently 1-6, so I'm not too worried.
Hey, at least we have a better record than them.
And we played UConn and did do a fighting chance. We didn't win, but we did fight.
Of course, it's UConn. I don't know what you expect.
Well, UConn's a basketball school, not a football school. Anyways, moving on to our next segment. What the Puck? Now, for this segment, to be honest, I'm not a hockey fan.
I'm not a hockey fan either.
But
But I know that my family's a big Long Islander fan. And every time the Long Islanders always lost, my grandpa would always kick out my father out of the house because he thought he was bad luck. Anyways.
Producer Bryson is a big fan of hockey. So, I'm just going to read what he said.
Yeah, I don't know why he's just sitting on the floor, just looking at his phone playing Clash Royale. I love Clash Royale, but come on now. This is your part.
All right, what the puck? We are just 2 weeks into the NHL season, so here's a look at where the teams are. This is a way too early playoff
Way
picture.
too early, guys.
It's literally week 2.
I don't know what you guys expect, so.
2. Roll Tide.
Anyways, the Detroit Red Wings, who are 5-1, and the Montreal Canadiens, that's their team name?
Yeah,
The Canadiens?
I googled it earlier. Like, you're from
The
Montreal. You
the
could have been
Canadiens?
something.
What kind of team name is that? It's like the Houston Texans. That's what it is. Anyways, they are 5-2 and are leading the Atlantic Division with 10 points each.
Whilst the Toronto Maple Leafs, who are my favorite, I did say that
Now
last
that's
episode.
a name.
They are currently third in the division and have a record of 3-2-1. 3-2-1.
Meanwhile, the 5-1 Carolina Hurricanes lead the Metropolitan Division with 10 points.
And the 4-1 New Jersey Devils and the 4-2 Pittsburgh Penguins round out the division with 8 points each.
If you ever watch East Coast sports with New Jersey, New York, you watch hockey, not football. But anyways, the 5-1 New Jersey... oh, yeah, you read that. The two conference wildcard spots are held by the 4-2 Washington Capitals, who are also at 8 points, and 3-1 Philadelphia Flyers, who have 7 points. Now, what's going on with those Florida Panthers?
The Florida Panthers, who are looking to get a three-peat as the Stanley Cup champions, are just outside of the playoff picture, unfortunately.
Now let's look at the Western Conference. The Colorado Avalanche lead the Central Division with their 5 wins and 1 overtime loss for a total of 11 points.
And they're followed by the 5-1 Winnipeg Jets, who have 10 points.
Now that's a name. And the 8-2 Utah Mammoth are third in the division with 8 points. Is that a new team? I never heard of them.
Did you ask me about if the Utah Mammoths are new?
No, they were actually in Arizona for a while. But Arizona basically told them to go fuck themselves because they asked for a new arena. So they just packed their bags and went to Utah.
And you know what? Fire. I would too.
The Mormons have have that kind of hospitality.
The Mormon hospitality. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
As the Pacific Division, the Vegas Golden Knights lead with 12 points thanks to their 5 wins and 2 overtime losses.
The 4-2 Vancouver Canucks and the 3-1-2 Seattle Kraken round out the division with 8 points respectively.
Is that how you say it? Is it the Canucks?
The Canucks?
The Canucks. Hey.
My fault.
Canucks, guys. As for the wildcard spots, they are held by the Chicago Blackhawks, who are 8 points thanks to their 3-2 record, and the 3-1 Minnesota Wild with 7 points.
The Edmonton Oilers, who have had back-to-back Stanley Cup final appearances. That's kind of sad because did they win those? No, they did not win those.
So appearances means that they
I know. I understand that.
6-7.
They're like England at this point. They always go to the championship, but they always lose because they suck. Anyways,
they're the 7th in the wildcard race as their season had a rough start, only having 5 points due to their 2-3-1 record.
Now here's a game to watch for this week. Thursday, October 23rd, the Colorado Avalanche take on the Carolina Hurricanes. Both teams are at the top of their respective divisions, so this is a game to watch. So it is also on BOGO night. So if you want to get some wings, go to B-Dubs at a half price off.
It is BOGO night. This big back will be at B-Dubs on Thursday.
You're always on B-Dubs at Thursdays. Anyways, let's go inside the diamond about baseball. Dodgers swept the Brewers to advance to the World Series. Last night, the Toronto Blue Jays somehow snuck through in Game 7 against the Seattle Mariners to go to their first World Series in 32 years. You know, I love these teams that never go.
Yes. So obviously I'm big WNBA, and the Toronto Tempo posted about, the Blue Jays playing, and I was like, who are the Blue Jays? And I saw that they won, and I'm like, guys, this is big news for Canada. But we cannot keep letting the Canadians win our sports.
Anyways, like I said, It is very big news every time a new team that has not been to, who's never made an appearance in a championship in like 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. It's very big because it's always exciting. You never know what's going to happen because these teams never, obviously,
You haven't seen
don't
them
know
play?
what they might be doing. It might be facing off a team who has much more experience. But it's always a cycle. Some teams always like go a few years in championship years and sometimes they just fall off and then come back again. But some teams will just stay consistent on just not going to any appearances, not winning as much. But then, boom, random one year, they just
pop off.
They just win.
My prediction is, though, that the Dodgers will, unfortunately, beat the Blue Jays probably in a clean sweep like I predicted with the Vases and Mercury. So far, I have been correct.
If you guys want to gamble on that bet, just gamble on the Blue Jays to win. So just go on FanDuel, whatever you like. Use that money to pay your rent. I don't know, your car payment.
Maybe
Get your girlfriend or boyfriend some flowers. I don't know.
Game 1 of the World Series is Friday at 8 p.m. at the Rogers Center in Toronto. All right, guys, we're moving on to a new segment because this is something that Kaleb wanted so badly. Let's go!
Barcelona Club will clinch a dramatic 2-1 victory over Girona FC on October 28th when substitute Ronald Radijo scored in the 93rd minute to steal 3 points. 3. Crazy. The winner returned to the top of the La Liga table. Meanwhile, off the pitch, they remain under a financial pressure. As we may know, Barcelona has always been in kind of financial kind of debt, owing roughly 159 million euros.
Goodness, what's that equal in American USD?
I don't know. I don't think you want to know. And outstanding transfer fees and dealing with stadium redevelopment delays impacting revenue. Now the Hoosiers are showing signs of their customary resilience. They opened the season by erasing a 2-0 deficit to draw 2-2 with the top 9 opponent. Their schedule shows a solid home record, 7-1-1. It's just impressive. They have won 8 championships or 6 championships. So they know ball. And overall, strong season. We do know ball. Overall, strong season start. 10-3-1. That's impressive. That's awesome.
Yeah.
The Hoosiers rank number 14 overall. Pulled off a 2-1 road win against the number 25 Kentucky Wildcats men's soccer team in Lexington on October 16th. Sorry about that. Once again, IU trailed early. Kentucky's Dracon Brasilia opened the scoring, but the Hoosiers stormed back to take the lead and seal the victory. I would also be pissed off if I lost against the Wildcats. What are they relevant for? Basketball? We did beat them in basketball with that one time. It's very violent. You can look it up on YouTube.
UK, right?
UK, yeah. This continues a pattern for the program. They may not always start strong, but they consistently find a way to win. Anyways, we'll look at TCU.
Wait, go. It's the Horned Frogs. How do you do it? My cousin literally went to Horned Frogs or Horned Frog. Hold on.
I just want to point it out that their women's soccer team secured a 3-1 victory over Oklahoma State. They're also called the Cowgirls, by the way.
Oh, it's this. It's the TCU Horned Toads. No, Horned Frogs. Shout out to my cousin who went there, and now he's a doctor.
Anyways, let's look at their goals. The goals came from Sydney Basira in the 10th minute. Grace Vest, her first career goal in the 40th. Shout out Grace. And Emma Yolinski, yeah, I said that right, in the 54th. While Oklahoma State pulled one back in the 56th, TCU dominated shot count 18-5. 18-5. Now that's impressive. And it also improved their conference record, 6-1-1. That's a record. Yeah.
All right, well, let's check that time. What's on the scoreboard? This is probably the end of episode 2. So, we are currently 2-0 with posting episodes. Actually, technically, we are 2-1 because, sorry guys, we fumbled, just like sports.
But we always come back.
Never back down, never what?
Never give up.
Sorry. If you want to be a guest, send an inquiry to info@jackringenberg.com. As well, we would really appreciate it if you would subscribe to the YouTube channel and follow the podcast wherever you get your podcast.
And also, leave a rating on podcast players.
Don't forget to like and follow on Instagram, like us on TikTok, follow us on TikTok, and like the TikToks. And, unfortunately, go Ducks. I miss you being undefeated.
And also, go Hoosiers.
Leave them out.
But always, chirp chirp.
Who asked?
Fuck you, man.
Chirp chirp.